A video of Vladimir Putin's strained legs during the tournament sparked rumors about his health. Vladimir Putin's health. Since the Russian invasion of Ukraine began last year, there have been numerous reports that Vladimir Putin has cancer, Parkinson's, or both. His legs and feet fuel rumors about his health condition. Ukrainian Interior Minister Anton Gerashenko, who shared the video, tweeted, "Is that Morse code?" Other social media users mocked Vladimir Putin's move. News outlet Vicegrad tweeted the video, "Something seems wrong. A Russian defeat will surely hasten his deterioration." When in Russia, his feet are always under the table or desk, and he holds onto the table or pen to hide his tremors. "He's on display in this chair, so you can't hide it," another user commented. Since the beginning of the Russian invasion of Ukraine last year, there have been numerous reports that Vladimir Putin has cancer, Parkinson's disease, or both. It has long been suspected that Vladimir Putin is in poor health, and rumors are circulating. Ukrainian military intelligence chief Kirill Budanov last month replied, of course, when asked if Vladimir Putin had an incurable disease. John J. Sullivan was the U.S. ambassador to Russia from December 2019 to October 2022. He was previously the U.S. Undersecretary of State. He is currently a partner at Mayer Brown LLP and a distinguished fellow at Georgetown University School of Foreign Service. The opinions expressed in these comments are your own. Almost exactly 1 year ago, I was sitting in the office of the U.S. Embassy in Moscow, reading a report on Russia's brutal military attack on Ukraine. I was stunned, but not surprised by the seriousness of what was happening. For weeks I've been telling everyone that Russian President Vladimir Putin is about to start a war in continental Europe on a scale not seen since World War II. I was confident in my pre-war estimate, but it was not comforting. For 2 years, I worked diligently as the U.S. ambassador to make even modest progress in the few areas of dialogue with Russia. After President Joe Biden's meeting with President Putin in Geneva in June 2021, my approach was finalized. No one in our U.S. delegation at Geneva had any illusion that we would certainly make progress on any particular issue, but all agreed it was in the interests of the United States to try. Engagement with the Russians following the summit had barely begun when there was a seismic shift. The bloody history of Russia's seizure of territory from Ukraine in 2014 to 2015 had cast a pall over our relationship with Moscow but had not broken it. While relations were dire, we were still looking for ways to stabilize our engagement with the world's only other nuclear superpower. What U.S. intelligence officials told senior policymakers in late 2021 about Russia's preparations for an invasion of Ukraine, however, changed everything on which we had been working. Immediately, our involvement was reduced to the serious Russian threat to Ukraine and the security guarantees Russia demanded from the U.S. and NATO. It was clear that Russia would not negotiate in good faith. The Russian interlocutor read the paper and did not start a real conversation. Medical officers of the Russian special services tracked all meetings and phone calls. The Russians were playing a diplomatic farce to set the stage for an invasion that Putin had already decided to launch. The only question was when. Russia's aggressive war, once it broke out, completely upset what little was left of its relations with the United States and many other countries. We learned that history is not over and that February 24th changed history. It was not a brutal war with Ukraine, but a war with Europe. The war changed a lot from where I lived in Moscow to Russia's position in the world. Due to the speed of video conferences with Washington and the 8-hour time difference, we needed to be able to be reached immediately at all times, so we had to travel to the embassy. More importantly, the invasion shook the world economy, including energy and grain markets. And most tragically, Putin's political choices toward the empire have cost thousands of innocent lives and caused untold suffering to millions of Ukrainians.